Hello, everyone. We are back. We are back again to the Stereotypes podcast. Let me place my camera as always. Maybe a little bit more to the left. Sorry, it's not as engaging if I'm like this, but wow, what a week we have had. If you have a phone, then you know exactly what has happened this week. Pretty insane, if you ask me. I could list them all off, or I couldn't. But one main one is Charlie Kirk got shot. Yeah, so that's a pretty big one. Pretty insane. I didn't really know a heap about him before he got shot. I mean, I definitely had seen his videos before and knew what he believed in, but I just want to say a couple things on that first, because number one, if anyone out there, or any of my listeners, which isn't too many, but you still know, support that man dying, then you're the problem, okay? He didn't believe in anything that I believed in. I think basically most of his opinions and thoughts were wrong in my eyes, but I still don't think words should be turned into violence, because he also did die believing what he got shot against. So that was a little bit strange, but I will never support that guy. He probably wasn't the best person out there, but that never should be turned into violence. And that's also another reason why America, I'm sorry if any Americans are listening, there's a problem. You guys have a serious problem. And unfortunately, you can't get rid of guns. And everyone says get rid of guns, but no one ever says this. This is just my opinion on it, but obviously I wish guns were gone, because that's insane. But I think the true reason why, and no one's bringing it up, is that it kind of supports your economy. And if you got rid of guns, your economy would be most likely fucked. So, unfortunately, you guys are kind of screwed and can't really get rid of them. But you make up other reasons why you can't get rid of them. I wish that wasn't the case, but it just is the case, unfortunately. Anyway, I'm not living in America. I don't have to worry about that. Maybe one day I might live in America. Who knows? But hopefully then it's fixed. I don't think it'll ever get fixed. I think it's just going downhill and more and more downhill, and people are becoming more and more delusional. Okay. But I don't want to be too deep. This is getting a bit deep. But anyway, this week has been fucked on the news. So if anyone hasn't realized anything's happened this week, just look it up and realize what is happening, because it's pretty damn insane. Anyway, to get into a more light-hearted mood, first I want to say we're just going to keep rolling till this camera shuts off, as always. Which hopefully it's not in the middle of a conversation like it was last week, I'm pretty sure. Anyway, I'll just edit it so it just finishes randomly. So enjoy that. Sorry if you are enjoying it and it just cuts out, but what can you do, I suppose. So the things we're going to go over, we got another scary story, which I personally like. I don't know. I think it was fun last week. I was so scared last week, but it's starting to heat up as well in my car. I can't turn my aircon on because it ruins the audio, and also it's a little bit it's very hot in here. Unfortunately, it's very, very hot, and I'm definitely feeling it because I'm wearing just hot clothes, I guess. But the drink of the week, let me find it. Also, I forgot that I think I turned it on for this recording, but my camera is auto-focusing, so there might be auto-focusing noises. Hopefully I can get rid of the noises in post. I don't really know. It would be nice if I could, though. I think someone just ran past my car. I'm in the same spot as the past three spots. I think I'm liking these car ones. It's just easy to set up. I can just put my camera in the car. Okay, now this man's walking very, very slowly across my car. Creepy. I've locked my car, so don't worry, guys. I already drunk my drink for this week. Sorry, but it was just a drink before gym. Let's not speak about gym, boring old gym. But what we're going to speak about today is why we compare ourselves to everyone else. That's just going to be a short topic, but to get into it, I sort of also want to speak about the advice segment first. I'm enjoying speaking it first. It sort of gets me into speaking a little bit more, and I don't know. I only really speak to myself fully once a week. It's all into dialogue, but doing this, it makes me speak out loud and sort of understand things better. And you guys get to come along with the journey as well. Just good because I'm a bit more talkative this week. I don't know what was happening last week. I was just dead, but I had work the night before and I had a lot of uni to do. But today and yesterday it wasn't as bad. I still did have work, but it wasn't as long, and I'm not as exhausted. I had a really long sleep, but my dog unfortunately kept waking me up. So I feel really bad though, because we have these tablets that you can give Alfie, and he sort of like dopes around way too much. That it's just like concerning, and it feels a little bit inhumane. Like it's like it gets rid of his existence. I feel like, I don't know. That man was like stumbling around last time we gave him the pill. So let's not maybe continue doing that. Although he's so anxious, so it's really frustrating. And he barks so much. I'm sorry for the neighbors as well, but poor Alfie needs some serious help. Okay, first, story one. It's called The Unfair Breakup. So, I just went through a breakup, and the hardest part isn't even losing my ex. It's seeing how quickly he moved on. 2 weeks after ending things, he posted photos with another girl, taking her to the same place he took me. I feel like I'm being replaced in real time. My friends keep telling me not to compare myself to her, but it's impossible not to when she's prettier, more outgoing, and honestly just seems like an upgrade. How do I stop comparing myself when it feels like I've already lost the competition? Okay. First mistake. It's not a competition. Second, he's most likely in the wrong. If someone moves on that quickly, then something's going to catch up to them. They may be quick, but in the long run, they're going to get caught. Wow. I really like that quote. Someone write that down. But they're hiding something, as in maybe it could have been that they maybe emotionally moved on ages ago, which could be the case, but most of the time they have some serious issues with themselves. That's why they're so scared to be with themselves. So for example, if you're moving on that quickly, then there's a problem with them, and it's never you. Why would you think it's you? The beauty of getting out of a relationship is understanding what's wrong and what happened, what was wrong, and what can you do to fix it for the next relationship, and how you can become a better person off of that. What you might bring out of that relationship, what opinions, what mindset you bring out of that. And if you move quickly into a relationship, there's a very high chance everything's going to happen the same. You need to work on yourself, not work on some other 2-week person, and you're not really working on them. If anything, you're just hurting them. So they're in the wrong always, okay? Unless they've, I guess moved on. I don't really believe this. If you're in a relationship and you've moved on already, you should break up with them at that point. And you shouldn't keep dragging it on, as obviously. But it's easier said than done, for sure. And to be honest, you also sort of need to just fix everything about yourself. If you move on that quickly, okay? It shouldn't be something you solve in a couple of weeks, alright? getting out of a relationship is normally a thing that will affect you for months, if not years. According to a study, it's actually 9 years for you to get over someone, and that's if you fully love them. If not, I'm sure it's definitely less, of course, but 9 years. That's insane, right? So that's a bit of a worry. And I'm a little bit scared about that. But, yeah, okay. I don't know how many times I can say it, but you're in the wrong. Okay, let's just get out of that. You're not the problem. He or she is. Alright? Alright? Whoa. I got a deeper voice now. Here's another scary one. I enjoyed the last one, but it was like, it gave me goosebumps, and it also made me look around for the whole rest of the podcast, which was not that fun. Man, I don't know. Why do I keep parking in these really dark places? I'm next to the van again, but it's on my left side, not my right side. So now I'm looking more on the right side and not left. If you know what I'm talking about, then you've just listened to my other podcasts. But if you have no idea what I'm talking about, welcome, new people. Okay. Oh, I also said in my very, very first podcast, I need to stop saying because it's ridiculous how many times I say So let's stop saying that, alright? Holy shit, the guy next to me just mounted a curb, and he's right next to me. But anyway, okay, here we go. It's called The Shadow in the Driveway. A couple nights ago, I came home late and parked in my driveway. I was sitting in the car for a bit, scrolling on my phone, when I caught movement in my side mirror. At first, I thought it was a neighbor, but then I realized it was a man just standing at the end of my driveway. Okay, call the police. What? At end of my driveway, staring at me. He didn't move. He didn't say anything. Just stood there. My porch light was on. I could clearly see him, but his face was kind of shadowed. I panicked, locked my doors, and turned on my headlights. But when I looked back up, he was gone. I don't know if I hallucinated it, or if someone was really there, but now I'm terrified every time I pull into my driveway at night. Yeah, right, okay. What the fuck? Look, I'm gonna be so real. That probably is a man. I don't know if that's really a ghost figure. That probably actually is a man. I don't know, maybe because his face was shadowed, that could have just been the lighting. But normally with these things, you have a gut feeling whether it was a real person or if it was something else. I don't know, you see all the people going to the haunted places and they have a sort of feeling that something was wrong or something bad happened there. I don't know if it's the same with the one-time ghost or a two-time ghost. Do you feel that? Feel bad presence? Or is it sort of just you're scared, so you just feel bad? Like, you see the people go to asylums and, I don't know, hospitals, and then they always feeling this horrible sense of dread and death and blah, 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 blah. Anyway, that's terrifying as hell. So, my advice, I think it was the same as last week. Get security cameras, because that's just concerning. Also, it's so hard with the ghost ones. Like, I don't know what advice to give you. I think, like, if it was my advice, then it'd be to run, sell your house, never come back. But unfortunately, that's not very a reasonable one. What you could do though is maybe, I don't know, actually, maybe I think security cameras is fair. Maybe catch it on video, and then maybe you can see if it's a real person, if it's a fake person, bring it to police if it's real. I don't know. Sorry, this one's a bit boring, to be honest. I was expecting more oomph. That didn't really scare me. All I'm really thinking about really is the person right next to me. Looks like it's a nice car though. Is that bad to think that I'm going to be okay because it's a nice car? Maybe it's the opposite. Maybe it's stolen. Maybe I'm just about to die. Probably shouldn't really speak about that. That's not healthy. Womp, womp, womp. But, damn, I need to stop staring in that direction. I don't want him to look. Or she. I just assumed his gender. It. Fuck. Okay. Here we go, into the juicy stuff, ready? Why we compare ourselves to everybody else. Well, is it not obvious? I think it's really obvious. It's social media, same as last week. It's always social media. I feel like it's always social media. Oh man, it's hot in this car. Sorry. Oof, fuck. Yeah, it's, always social media. The comparison is the thief of joy, as you know, as everyone knows. But it's really easy to get caught up in other people's business and other people's lives. Having a parasocial relationship as well sort of ruins it a bit, because you're sort of relating yourself to people and having this personality based off these other people, but you're not in the same scenarios or you're not in the same places as them. I can maybe give examples, like you're having a parasocial relationship with a LA star when they're living the life and you have $20 in your bank account, it's never going to work out, and then you worry, oh, why is this so much harder? Why do they look so much better doing it? Why is it so much easier for them? Well, because they're in a different situation as you. So it's silly. It's silly. That's one reason. Maybe don't have a parasocial relationship, although it's definitely fun too. Just don't be crazy, okay, guys? And realize when you're in the wrong. That's a very big one. In every context, realize when you're in the wrong. And also, you might be in the wrong, like, 20 minutes into a conversation, and that's okay. You don't have to realize you're in the wrong straight away. I'm sure a lot of people realize they're in the wrong after years of some things, okay? So, another thing is that TikTok challenge. Please upload a video, maybe from this clip, if there is anything juicy or clip-worthy, and if it goes well, maybe 100,000 views, maybe 50,000, maybe it's even lower now. Then I'll give you $50. Not a lot of money, I suppose, but remember, I'm a uni student, and I can't afford it. But it'd be cool if, like, in the future, very, very far future, I'm guessing, it went up. And it went up a lot of money, and people got rich. Maybe do a full-time job on it. That would be cool, would it not? But. Here we go. So, there's another thing that I've found is why we compare ourselves is family. I think because when you have people so close to you, and okay, sorry, there's weird noises happening next to me. I don't know if it picks it up on the camera. I'll probably isolate my voice so you don't get the audio focus noise and the creepy ones outside. But maybe I still need to start doing this in the day. But I don't really want to be, like, seen in the day, really. Because you should see this camera. It's pretty funny. It's pretty big. Pretty hard to miss. But I think being so close with your family sometimes, I'm not really that close with my family, but some people are a lot closer than me. When we're that close to family, we sort of compare ourselves with each other. Who's the better sibling is a very big main one. I think my sister said the other day, not to out her or anything, she's young, so no hate towards her or anything like that, but she said, when I'm the most successful child, are you guys gonna feel guilty and sad? And like, that is a funny comment, but I think the worst part is she meant it. So it was weird. Okay, I didn't know how to feel, and I was like, um, well, I'll be obviously happy for you if that's the case. But I think when you look back, it's like, but I sort of do want to be the most successful. I want to be the most successful. But I think that's not because that's not to be the most successful uh, family member. It's to be just successful in general. And being successful is normally achieving more than what others couldn't. And that's why maybe some of us want to be the best, most successful family member. So I guess what I guess there's a difference between being the most successful family member and being just successful in general. And you don't need to compare yourself to others because really it's just dumb. It's dumb because the only person that will make you happy is yourself. I think I quote that every single podcast, and that's probably, if I was to say anything, that's one of my biggest quotes. I don't know who's quoted it. It's only a couple words, and probably millions of people quoted it. But if not, then I claim that quote. Okay. So family is a big issue, and that's why we compare ourselves sometimes. Another one's friends. Same thing basically applies. applies. Well, man, I think I'm having a few voice cracks, but I think there's just a problem when we come to comparing. It shouldn't really be a thing, but I think it's a very big thing. I think it's one of the probably the biggest problems in society, and probably shared throughout the whole of the world. Every religion, every race, every country shares comparison. So comparison is the killer. Yeah, it's so sad. I think I just want to maybe speak about something that's a bit more fun. I don't know how much time I have left, but for some reason these topics have drained me a little bit. So what I think I'm gonna do, I'm gonna look up right now. Let me ask my friend ChatGPT what some funny conversations to talk about. All right, here we go. Also, the new ChatGPT is like the slowest thing ever. Apparently, ChatGPT 5, but it's like thinking for 30 seconds. Like, Jesus. Guys. Alright, I'm gonna think about some. Here's everyday topics. Why do we always hit the elevator button more than once? Like, it will make it more. What? Make it come faster. What the? I didn't ask for a joke. That's actually low-key true, though. What the fuck? Wait, that's actually so true. Oh, fuck. There's that creepy-ass bird outside. Alright, the national sport of looking away when the waiter brings you food. Okay. Saying you two at the wrong time. Barista, enjoy your coffee. Us, you too. What the hell? I thought it was meant to be topics. This is why ChatGPT sucks sometimes. But I still love it. And if there's any robots out there, I swear I didn't say that. But why do we walk faster when someone's behind us? Like we're in a secret. Okay, this is dumb. Like we're in a secret race. I mean, okay. Let's think of something else. I thought it was meant to be topics. This could be horrible to listen to, but Okay, here's one. I didn't read it, but it seems longer, so maybe it actually makes more sense. The weird shame of checking someone's TikTok profile at 2 a.m. and accidentally liking a video from 2019. Oh man, what? It's not even funny. I don't think I've ever done that. Am I? I think. Am I ruining this? Is this? Am I meant to be laughing at this? I think I am ruining this. Ruining. Can I fucking speak English? Holy. Oh. Okay. You know what? Maybe something happened at the gym. I don't know. Something happened today. Why am I being so uptight? Why am I being so uptight? This. Okay. Wait. I'm gonna ask for jokes because it's practically jokes. What should I say? Give me funny jokes that won't get me cancelled, but also kind of might. Okay, cancel bait is what it's called. I told myself I'd start eating healthier this week, then Uber Eats hit me with free delivery. God's testing me. What are these? What are these jokes? Holy shit. Okay. Oh my god. I go to the gym 4 times a week to cancel my membership in person because I'm too scared to do it online. Man, I should have came with more topics to speak about because you know what? I'm putting my laptop away. We're speaking about me today, right? Here's what's happened this week. Boom. I went swimming. It was fantastic. I'm going swimming tomorrow. But we're also going to the shops to do something for something. It was something for my uni classes. It's a comparison between expensive and cheap sort of clothing. I think we got it like Gucci or something. I don't really know, but I think Gucci is like the top. We're doing like really expensive top brands versus sort of cheap ones, so like op shops, if that makes sense. And then Wednesday. Okay, yes, I actually do have something to speak about. Wednesday, we're just hanging out with a bunch of friends. It's going to be a pesto pasta night. I love making that. That's basically the only meal I can cook. That and katsu curry, but I haven't made that in ages. And then on the weekend, we're going to the Gold Coast, which is one of my favorite places ever because it reminds me of home. That's where I grew up. And it's really nice there. Something about the beaches, the sunshine. I like how close it is. Like the cities, I've always loved cities and I always loved beaches. And you sort of like join the two. So it's like City Beach, which is like the clothing store. Wait a minute. Maybe I'm piecing things together here. Okay. If I stay really still, it doesn't autofocus. And I think the camera's turned off. What's also annoying, when it turns off, I know I speak about my camera so much, but when it turns off, it also like deletes like 5 minutes of what I was speaking about before. So I could be literally speaking right now and it'll be cut off. What happens if I stop it early? Shit. I think there's not really much to speak more about today. I don't really want to turn it off though. It's sort of, I use it as escape, this sort of thing. It's really nice to speak to everyone. And it's also nice to maybe get everyone's minds activated as well, listening at home. Because it's fun, yeah? It's very, very fun. I also think that, you know what's not fun? Me editing it. Holy shit. It's like, I'm not kidding. To export the video, it takes the same amount of time as how long the video was recorded. So like it exports in 1 second intervals. So if the video is like 40 minutes, it takes 40 minutes to export it. And basically the exact same to upload it. So I finished at like 10 at night, but then by the time I upload it, it sort of takes like an hour and 30 to just like do it.